Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a public match for you on the Otto and Sherrick farms. You're seeing an overview of that map right now. Thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description and get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. Server pop today. It's about 2:30 right now. It is October 6th, so a Sunday at about 4 o'clock Eastern time. So we're kind of getting into the later portion of the day. Imbalance is 3 in favor of CSA. CSA has 5 on artillery. Union has 13. So in terms of imbalance, Union's down about 15 some guys, infantry-wise. Some guys still joining. And we can check the balance as the round progresses. But officers for today, on CSA side, you got Owens, Viceroy of Texas, Arthur Salem, Bell, and then the officer for artillery is Caps and Drag. For Union, you got nobody up here. You have Liam, Stannis, Patriot, and then their artillery officers, you got Sloop. Co-commentating with me today, we have TawGrey. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Eagle and BLN. I'm TawGrey of Shenandoah Regulars. SR in front of the name is that's what that's for. And try to whatever else you might call me, I try to say I'm the organizer of fun for our guys.
Well, we're very glad you are here. So, what would you say strategy should be for both sides trying to win Otto and Sherrick?
I believe on every skirmish map, the objective is what counts, and getting to the end of the clock and being the one in possession of it. That, of course, as everyone would know, is the key. Getting there is using the train to your best advantage. I mainly just think in generalities in that regard.
Eh, fair enough. And we can already see the Union starting to make some moves going down the right side right now. CSA defense is kind of holding behind the house and on the right side. They're not defend... Oh, they are. Bell's over here with his guys, but most of CSA on the right. I find that interesting. They're starting to shift left.
I think what we're seeing is pretty standardish for what we can expect on this map. The def laid on the one side of the objective versus the picket fence for the CSA.
And the big question is, when is Union going to charge, or are they going to kind of just sit back and shoot for now? Who knows? So you got one officer for the Union started going. You got more Union infantry rolling down. It's like you got Stannis. His guys are trying to move up into the rocks, trees. At least a few of them are moving up. Not a whole lot.
Yeah, this is still fairly standardish of what people have come up with what to do. They're thin coming up, but of course it's a public server and getting everyone to work as one is always a challenge.
Very much so. You got some artillery hitting. Some CSA starting to get flanking shots like their artillery. So you got more Unions starting to push their way up.
Yeah. Let's see how if they form enough. And I generally say that if you hold a formation, you can prevail in most situations.
And we do have a charge starting to happen here. The Union team, I like what they're doing. They're hitting the individual groups of CSA. Like that CSA group over here is not helping out at all. Let's let the Union wipe this out.
They might get behind if they have initiative, that CSA unit on the edge. Let's see if they move in.
Yeah, both the backsides, they're starting to pincer here.
Depending on the relationship or team coordination of the line officers in the public server, that's a key thing, pretty much.
Very much is.
Press T, press T. Watch your crossfire, watch your crossfire.
So CSA actually moves through and they do wipe out Union. I mean, if we look at the server count again, look at that imbalance. It's up to 14 now, which is extreme. But when Union's got 11 guys on artillery versus Confederate 6, we're up to almost a 20-man infantry imbalance, which is a couple guys.
Yes, and no, if you put that thing on your to see what flags are dead. There you go.
3 the Union
Oh,
flags
well,
are
someone
down.
got one of the flags. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if he makes it out. Who's it? Seaworth here, sir. Oh, rip.
Yeah, losing the flags is an unfortunate thing for attackers for sure.
Very much so. It's going to be hard for Union to at least hold some ground. And when they push up again, but we have some downside here. So I know you're level 100 in the game. One of the few
Yes.
that are. So how long have you been playing War of Rights for?
Oh, gee. About 4 years. I play it pretty intensely. I don't really have to work anymore. So I like this so much. I play it a lot. And I think by next year there'll be so many people with 100 next to their name. It'll be like a dime a dozen.
Hey, you were one of the first, that's for sure. But no, that's good that you're able to enjoy this game so much, like a lot of us do. But when did you end up forming your regiment SR? Just out of curiosity.
Well, let's see. My son's a coder. He looks at every sort of game. He found PlanetSide 2, and I saw a friend of mine playing PlanetSide 2 was playing this, and I immediately thought, got it. Got into this, got into a large group, was there for so long, and I thought, I think this could be done better. Looked for a group that I thought that could do it better, and I thought, well, I guess I gotta make my own group.
Yeah, no, that's
But here we are.
Oh, that makes sense. And
Keep going.
now you've been here for a while. It's always pleasant to see you. So Union charging basically with most of their team down the left side. They hit the right. They lost a lot of their flags. Now they're aggressively charging left because CSA forces CSA to hop around. And if we look at the tickets, CSA is ahead by 1/4 of a stage, but Union knocking them down.
Generally speaking, an attacker can be down a whole morale state and still prevail on a map when it comes down to the breaking mechanic or last stand. Well, not final push, but the breaking mechanic.
Yeah, it can definitely be possible. That's a nice part with the attackers is you obviously have the ticket advantage when you start the match because you're attacking, but also you can still win while being down by so much. It really comes down to like the few charges on point at the end of the game if it gets to that. But Union now hits engaged about 9 minutes into the match. Union does have one of their flags. Looks like they were able to bring it back, but those other flags are still down. They should be despawning in a minute or two.
Yeah, it seems that some of the maps behave differently. Some linger longer, and like on Burnsides, I think, is one where they tend to despawn quickly.
If a flag is dropped out of bounds, it'll despawn within like 30 seconds.
Yeah, the experienced flag guy is nice to have.
Yeah, very much so. On Cox's push, I ran as Union. We were on the left side of the point, right side for CSA POV, left side for Union POV, and we were losing a charge, and so me and 2 other guys ran the flags out of bounds, and we got them back instantly after getting wiped. So it's definitely you got to have your flag bearer knowing some stuff. Obviously, out of bounds is kind of far away from where Union was at, and Union got really they got destroyed pushing up that side. They got pincered from behind, so those flags couldn't escape. One of the flags just despawned, so I don't. If Union's anticipating to pick these up, hopefully they pick them up before they despawn.
So let's see what they plan to do if they want to just move in with bayonets. Are they coming in on whole or piece at a time?
They're coming in as a whole, but it's very spread out. But they're all hitting the same thing. But again, they're very spread out.
It's probably not too terrible if they stream in persistently and build their numbers as they come. You see,
Yeah.
with an organized event group, they would have shot them down. But here, they didn't. It's like the CSA didn't know they were coming.
Right. And we kind of saw this last time where the first charge, we saw Union slamming in the windows, and then the 2 other CSA groups pincered Union. And Some of
And,
the
and
CSA are
this
gonna
is
be
just like a pardon. This is just like replay what we saw. They're coming in from the other side.
fine. But looks like Arthur and Bell here, they're gonna wipe the few Union guys that are left. Some CSA finding their way up towards the Union stone wall, and
Out of lines they can't afford as attackers, but a lot of these zealots here say,
you
can't
call them
help
zealots.
themselves. Yes, that perfectly. That's yes, it characterizes it exactly. Yeah.
So CSA reforming, one Union guy left on the little shed here. Mr. Senior Private Tater.
Machine sounds. People like to be creative, of course.
Sorry.
I like that Union's playing this aggression, very aggressive. I feel like
Yeah.
they have to realize, though, the past 2 out of 3 charges, I don't know about the second one that they did on the left, but CSA pincered them from behind. They gotta realize that's gonna happen, and maybe they should try to charge at the extreme right and take out that group, so that if the CSA countercharges, which I assume they would, CSA would just be hitting them from one direction.
Yeah, there surely were better ways of going about this than what we're seeing, but it seems that the line officers in the public server that play regularly have the habit of doing things the same way to some extent when someone comes up with what to do. But even if they get wiped, what counts as results? The results is they're both not too far off the same morale state, and as long as they see the results, they're going to keep doing what they're doing, I think.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, Union's still in this. Sure, they're down a fourth of a stage, but they're in a very good spot. It looks like they're going to try to go down this left side again.
Go in. Keep running. They volleyed. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
CSA on the right, I can't tell if they're moving over.
They
They're starting
eventually
to do that.
they may someone will say, "Hey, they're on this side now." We'll see. Now they're pretty thin. That officer's almost by himself. There he goes. More flags coming up. The ones that they did get back, but see, these flags are pretty far forward and they're pretty thin, so they might be losing their flags all over again.
Yeah, one of those Union flags are down already. CSA as a whole team is starting to collapse on the corner here.
Kind of the geographical nature is such that as they move in, the attackers, they thin out, and the defenders are already bunched up because they're there.
Yeah. CSA is actually starting to countercharge this.
Charge the wood, boys. Charge the wood.
Yeah, our zealots love to charge every opportunity.
At least it's the whole CSA team that's countercharging instead of just individuals.
Yeah, see, that's good order right there, and then we'll see some interesting results. Like on Garland's stand, they'll spawn camp the Union on a bad Union day, so to speak.
Like camp them in their spawn.
Yes, I've seen that a number of times.
Interesting.
Mhm.
I didn't necessarily realize CSA could go that far.
Well, I mean, to not all the way, but
Right.
to the extent where they
Why are
could.
you not killing that man?
Yeah, fire him.
No way, third US guy got out.
Can you stop?
No, this is a good flag bearer. He's not stopping. He's just running back. He's very
Yeah, he's
smart.
got the dark circle next to his veterancy, so hopefully that means he's learned something in his time.
Hopefully.
I'm engraved.
Yeah, because you'll see a lot of flag bearers. They'll start running back when they're retreating, and they'll stop and turn around and look. And most of the time when they do that, they just die. So you just need to
I
keep
know
running.
Yeah, so there's going to be some zealots here in the house because they love to get. Look at that one guy behind the house. He's looking for some Union blood or hide. It's. I guess as long as they're having fun, they're
That's
okay
true.
with it. Not.
I know, I agree. When you're looking at matches from a strategic, tactical viewpoint, Rambos are the worst thing, or Zealots, are the worst thing in existence.
I
But
see those Union flags and Confederate flags inside the house. There might be a little mini drama going on there.
yeah,
Look at that.
Valley John gets one, so they trade out
Oh,
of lines,
there they go.
but it can be fun, but not the purpose of the game.
Yes, yes. People generally don't come into this setting for the purpose of it, rather than they'll see a video of something and they want to enact that drama.
Yep. Because that's the thing, you get like War. That kill might have gotten them down to taking losses, but or sorry, I flipped it around. Anyways, Union hits taking losses, but yeah, I think it's like War of Rights has gotten a lot of publicity. Too much publicity, maybe not too much, but that's not the right word, but a lot. And the problem is YouTubers care about retention time, and so that's why they make the compilation funny highlight reels. It just makes sense. It's a lot more funny and more entertaining, I would say, to watch a compilation of funny moments.
For sure, absolutely. It's the shenanigans, the crimes, and all that. You know, what the stories that make the news are not the good deed done, but it was the bad deed
Right.
of the day.
Right, very much true. So people will get a perception of the game, and like you said, they'll want to do that. It can be fun too, and so you get it. Not a whole lot in private events. You'll definitely get it in pubs, but you know.
Let's see. Did the Union cover all the flags yet, or they have them all rallied? Just
There's one down there. They should be able
One
to
there?
retrieve it, but I think Union is going down the right side this time, so they're not too preoccupied. At least the officers with the left side.
Okay.
Oh,
there's someone. Oh, someone tried it.
He
So
tried.
they have.
Nope.
Is there a small group of Rebs over there?
Yeah.
They're at the rocks there. He's doing his S turn. Let's see if he makes it. Think positive. Say, I'm invisible.
Oh!
He touched it.
He did
which
get it.
means
He did get it.
And his touching it will reduce the despawn. You know.
That's true.
Reset it.
Restarts
Yeah.
that timer.
Stand up. You're gonna be taking aim down that line.
Company
They're gonna
B,
be
stay
left
no
north on top of
17th
the hill.
Michigan hold.
Take aim. Steady on. Steady on. Steady on.
Where?
And Union
Left tick of north on
does
top
not
of
like
hill.
the
I said
casualties they're taking, so
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
looks like they're just gonna try
So
to shoot us
there's.
out.
Yeah, it looks like their stance is to try to get something from
Hey, I'm gonna do
shooting.
one more volley. I'm gonna push it up.
And there's our bugler. Some of these guys like to be peacemakers and come on over, you know.
So,
Yes. On these volleys, are they actually getting any hits? I wonder on the Confederates.
probably not that many. Maybe one or two per volley. I mean, I don't know where they're necessarily shooting. Probably towards. Well, I just heard somebody die right here. Yeah, there's a couple dead right there. By that I mean one.
So there's a few.
Yeah, they're
And
getting
it could,
them. It's gonna be a
how
slow
much?
pace.
Yeah, how many? Who knows? Yeah.
What's the most impressive thing about all this, that you can get stabbed with a bayonet once and go on fighting for like 40 more minutes without dying.
Oh, interesting observation there, you said. And they're trading volleys also.
Yeah.
I don't see that they're doing anything more than giving the defenders, the opportunity to burn the clock. But here we go.
Here we go again. Surely it'll work. The fifth time's the charm, right?
Yeah, it'll
Right, gentlemen,
generally
what I want you to
possibly
do
play
is
out the same
I want
way,
y'all to
but we'll
spread out
take a look and see.
all on this fence. Spread it out all on the fence.
Looks
You're
like they're
gonna be
trying to
directly in
use
front. They're gonna
the
fight directly in
shattered
front.
fence here
Directly in front.
as they trickle up. Are they gonna use that?
Spread it out, gentlemen, directly in front.
They're not using the defilade behind, so they're just gonna hold up here. At least the initial push up.
Yes, gentlemen, independent fire. They're all up there.
Some kind of invisible magnetic field between soldiers and fences.
Ooh.
There's our artillery. That's no fear. It's only a few down there.
Union's gonna get shredded here. CSA is very spread out like Union is, which is very good defender-wise. They also got the shade, which, I mean, if we just look down here, you can really only see the silhouettes of the guys in the shade there. Kind of hard to see. They have covers of trees and everything.
And then, of course, being there, we've been there plenty of times. You get suppression and
Yep.
don't know your front from your back, maybe.
This that Yankee shit?
Hey, I want you to focus
focused on the southwest.
It's when the HRE, when the round 1 started, when I was in spectator, my camera was like suppressed the whole time. I had to restart my game because like all the gunshots were suppressed. The voices were a little weird. It was interesting.
Huh. I don't fucking spectate
My screen wasn't.
anything.
My screen wasn't black though. Union's about down half a morale stage right now. They're trying to use the defilade. A lot are crouching though, which is a very bad idea. I don't like crouching.
Yeah, triple death cost for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yep. For those watching who don't know War of Rights that well, depending on where you're at and how many people are, not where you're at, but how many people are around you and if you're crouching or standing, that determines how many tickets you lose for your team when you die. If you're standing up by a lot of people, like most of these guys are, you'll lose 1 ticket. If you're crouching by a lot of people, which some are, or by 2 or 3 people, you'll be in skirmishing, which when you die you lose 3 tickets, and then when you're all by yourself, you lose 5 tickets for your team.
Yeah, these things are not what we call the Shenandoah way.
So, Union's very bunched up. At least on the left. I mean, they do have this company out on the right, but they're trying to stay aggressive by getting closer and shooting, and for sure that's bringing everyone's tickets down more. They're trying to avoid the pincer, but generally shootouts are 1-to-1 trades. I don't remember if either side has buck and ball on this map. I don't know if you'd know, Tom.
I don't think that either side does. I don't think they're... What are the 2 units on the Confederate side if you tab key?
Yeah, Palmetto Sharks.
Palmetto
They definitely don't
doesn't.
have it. First Georgia.
First Georgia does.
17th Michigan and the 28th Mass.
Yeah, those are 61s and 53s. On the CSA side, it's obviously Palmetto, and First Georgia does, I believe, does have access to Palmetto.
Okay.
I think.
Well, that just makes it...
I'd have to look it up, but I think it does.
It wouldn't surprise me. I know a lot of CSA regiments, because I know that's a complaint, at least with Union players for Conquest and Contention, is most of the CSA regiments have the option to have the Springfield 42 with buck and ball, the shotgun. It's overpowered.
But if you get to the, I believe it's Harper's Ferry map set and the Conquest Contention, you have a fair chance of getting Union buck and ball too with the Maryland guys and the New York and so on, and Ohio.
Yeah, that was me.
So, Union now falling back. They're down almost 3/4 of the morale stage.
Yeah, they're maybe not quite a full morale state behind. It's still possible that time on the clock, if they bring the Confederates under breaking and take the point, we'll see.
We shall see. Indeed. A lot of CSA shifting to this right side. I mean, you do have one Union company pushing up here. Liam with his guys, and they're distracting a lot of the CSA. Now, I know the Union on the right doesn't see it, but if they were to charge now on the right side, could work very well. Which, are they going? They're moving.
They're slinky line, you know, where, or the, what's that? No. That, coil spring thing, you know, where it kind of walks down the stairs and it stretches out.
Oh, yes,
here.
I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
Yeah.
Slinky? Something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, slinky charge. So you stretch it out and then they bunch up at the front and the rest fills them in. Apparently that's kind of a unintended thing.
Take on this hill.
And the officer in his mind in the front, maybe he thinks he's got the whole line behind him, but they're stretched all the way to spawn.
Yeah. So, CSA starting to react to Union pushing over here. Union coming in a little scattered. Looks like they have 3 individual companies hitting in. 2 are going in now. You got the 3rd up top coming down. But this is great. PSA is very spread out. A lot out of line. Going to be great for Union.
And some of the more audacious Union men are coming around that flank there, getting these guys. And they'll come over with these guys with their fixated looking front and get behind us, as you see that guy.
So
They're inflicting tickets, but you know they'll be breaking pretty soon.
yeah, they're gonna hit it any second. And you do have Owens, his guys trying to get around and flank. So unfortunately, Union just outnumbered. And I want to look at that balance again. These flags got to get out.
Oh yeah, see that'll hurt if they don't bring the flags back.
North is frozen.
Uh-oh.
Maybe I lagged.
Oh, they might bring them back. Let's see.
Union has no down flags on the right. That one flag bearer is, there you go, he's trying to move back. They have not lost the flag on the left. And Union's going to get all flags out. And,
It's a good day for the Union if they get all
my
their
goodness,
flags
I
back.
jinxed it, I'm sorry.
Well, we still got a few guys coming. One more, two more, three, maybe. Oh, no.
Oh, I love when that happens, when the flag turns into a stick.
Back, flag boy, we won.
So CSA, hold that, rip that guy. In balance is actually even now. That's kind of crazy. Actually, it's perfect. Artillery, both sides have 9 guys. Although, spectating players, they count towards the total numbers here, but they don't count the balance. So, no unenlisted either, so Union's down like 6 guys right now.
Whoa.
Yeah, their artillery, they have, what, 4 guns per side, roughly? 2 by the barn on the Confederates and 2 on the hillside and
Yeah, Union's
4
got
over
4
here.
here.
Oh, well, just in time
Yeah,
to
I
see
know.
that.
Good call out there. Good call.
Fight and
CSA, they've got... Did they push them up? They got 1 here. Well,
And looky here, we got some Union guys coming in to take care of the Confederate.
it's a
Let's see what they do.
lines. That ticket gap has definitely closed up. So that previous charge, even though Union didn't win, very good for them.
sorry.
And that Union group actually pushed up into the woods on the left side. So they've Confederates got 2 guns over here. It's Union.
Yeah, so you can be sloppy as attackers as long as the other side is as foolish as you are.
Very
More
much so.
the defenders, yeah.
You got 1 gun there for CSA. Where's the second one? Did they roll it up?
Is it by the barn or is no one manning it? I don't know.
Yeah, because they got... is that a Napoleon?
There's 2 limber carts and yeah, there's 2 Napoleons here, I believe. Or is there? I don't
Where'd it
see where
go?
it went to.
Missing cannon alert. Because I know they sometimes roll it up in here, but it isn't in here.
It's likely then if you don't see it in the obvious place, it's going to be in the unobvious place, maybe around there somewhere. Are the lids open on both those ammo carts?
Yeah.
They are. Okay.
There's,
That one's used. I'm not sure on this one.
yeah, that one's... This one has 1
Not really. Just one.
shell out of it. Interesting.
Is it next to the barn right there in front of the wagon? No. Yeah. No. It's around there somewhere.
It's somewhere. Who knows?
The bands that keep happening.
That Union group's kind of folded out very slowly. Union, you got 2 companies on the right. One's holding behind the barn here.
Thanks, Fred.
So Confederates will surely be breaking before this ends. 15 minutes is more than enough.
Plenty.
Maybe 3 minutes, something, for the Confederates to be breaking, and they'll see how things play out at that stage.
Yeah.
It's about the 1 dead flag.
You can see CSA starting to kind of hold a little further forward, making sure they're by the point. CSA does go down to breaking.
Oh, look at that. I called it wrong. They went breaking right now.
And I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
So
Oh,
they're
he
really
just
the
jumped
tickets
off and
are.
died. Sorry.
Yeah, now their tickets really aren't that far off.
Yeah, it's like a third of a stage. A lot better than what we saw earlier of, what, 3/4 of a morale stage.
So there might be some unseen things like on the hillside where people are rambling like me tomorrow.
Yeah, getting the artillery out of lines there. So CSA is really pushing left. Union's trying to go right. You do have 2 officers up there. And let's see where Tato's going to go. He's cutting towards the point. CSA moving out to engage.
Get on the fence! Independent fire!
Oh, this is going to be a ticket drop for the Union.
Yes. Yeah, one company or even one officer running out there and saying, let's go, with no one behind them. It's not work.
That's the thing with pubs.
Oh, they're getting these guys.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's the thing with pubs is that an officer will yell to go, but if he doesn't repeat it a bunch and give his men an opportunity to realize what's going on, the officer will be like 10 yards in front of his men. And you're like, what the heck is going on?
Yes, that without eyes in the back of their head, they may not learn anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
So Union kind of falling apart here. They tried to charge, but that was the most scattered thing I've ever seen. You had a company coming here very late, CSA winning on the rocks, and now that morale stage difference is back up to 3/4, if not even more.
Yeah, we'll see final push, it looks like, in no time at all.
I think CSA is going to pull this out.
It looks like, yeah. If they if the CSA is audacious too, then they might say, hey, you know, we got enough tickets to move up, but let's see what they do.
Yeah, they could. I don't know. If I'm CSA, I think you got to push forward and try to hit Union in the final push.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Because you're letting the Union reform and letting them kill time.
So I imagine the CSA line officers, whichever ones that are doing so, may be trying to say, what do we do next? And probably saying, okay, we gotta get in. Whatever they might be saying.
Alright. Can we hear anything?
I was aiming for Viceroy.
I mean, it looks like they're content with staying. And honestly, it's not that bad if they just sit and hold, because they're probably going to win this regardless. But if they charge forward and hit Union in the final push, they might cause chaos among their men. And might not be able to reform as easily, which could give Union a window to overwhelm them.
Yeah, if the Union gets formed and pushes as a team, which they'll be forced to do when they go final, it might be that they're waiting until final. If whatever the line officers decided, possibly.
And get a couple more kills in while you have the stone wall and CSA is out. Oh, never mind. There you go. 2 minutes, 13 seconds.
Oh shit! I just crashed.
Yep, truncates the clock to lower value depending on the size of the map, even lower.
Very much so. The timer goes down to the amount of times goes down to the time it takes to get from your main spawn to the point of contention 2 times without bayonets and reloads. So, like you said, depends on the map. And here goes Union.
Come on, come on.
This is the most together charge I've ever seen. Look how close they are to each other. Not spread out at all. Solely going in as a team as well. Oh no. Union trying to use the def lead on the right. You can see them starting to come over on the left side. The CSA officer is running out, rambling. What is he doing? Oh, see, why are they countercharging this? I guess they're coming in on the flank, but this is... CSA's probably going to win, but you don't want to get out of lines and hit last stand and give the Union an opportunity, which I don't think they're going to get, but...
I don't know how much they know for sure, but they do have the ticket space so far within seconds remaining to do frivolous things like what they do.
Exactly.
Keep them off the objective.
I do agree. They definitely do. And you would hope that they realize that and don't continue to do that, because if the match is really close and you start pulling those shenanigans, you're going to lose the game. Like, look, GSA's dropped half a morale stage right now, which I don't know how that compares to the other charges we've seen, but it's significant. Anyways, TawGrey, what are your thoughts for this public match of Otto and Sherrick? Quick thoughts.
It looks like a lot of line officers do much the same thing as what I've seen a lot repeated, and we see the spontaneousness of the individuals roaming around.
Yeah, no. Good hold from CSA. It's been kind of surprising. I've seen the CSA win Otto and Sherrick more and more as of late, even on 150-man servers, which years ago would have been generally a Union victory. I think a big thing is the devs removing the ability for flag bearers to spawn people within houses, because that was Union strategy at one point, is to charge the house to the left side of the screen here and just keep the flags in there and hold. It's impossible to charge them out as CSA just because you're filing guys in through 2 doors. But anyways, thank you, TawGrey, for coming on. It's greatly appreciated. And thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, we have our Patreon in the description where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. Besides that, we have our Discord and merch there as well. And I thank you all for being here. We will see you in the next one. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night.
Bye.